Hey, hey, hey. So let's go ahead and get started with section 2.4. So 2.4 is a lot like 2.3. Just what's going to happen is instead of having two subsets in the Venn diagram, in other words, two circles, this time we're going to have three. But again, I provided you my order of operations right here. So let's go ahead and dive into working with three subsets in a Venn diagram. So here's our information. So we've got our universe 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. We've got A, B, and C here as our subsets within that universe. So first off, let me tell you how to draw your Venn diagram. So to draw your Venn diagram, again, just start with your rectangle. Okay. Now, to make three circles, here's how I deal with that. First, I draw the two circle Venn diagram. Okay. So there's my A, here's my B. And then all I do to draw the third circle, I start directly in the middle here and I draw my circle downward. There's my circle C. And that's how I make a three circle Venn diagram. You make your two original circles and then you put your pen right in the middle of the intersection of those two circles and draw a circle downward. Or if you want, you can draw the circle upward. It doesn't really matter. I usually draw it downward. Now, again, as with everything, we're going to start in the middle. So if I start in the middle right here, that means I want to know what do A, B, and C all have in common. Okay? Because when you do Venn diagrams, you're going to start right in the middle. So if we look between A, B, and C up here, well, let's see here. Oh, right here. They all have a 4 in common. Okay? So we're going to put that 4 down in the very middle. And then I'm going to come right back up here, cross it off, no more 4. And now let's scroll back down. Now we're going to work right here in this circle. So it's going to be kind of like we're going to spiral out as we keep going. Okay, so this circle right here wants whatever A and B have in common. Just A and just B. So if I go up here and if I look between A and B, so here's A and B, they have nothing in common. So in that little space there where I have my dot, just don't put anything. There's nothing there. Okay, so now we're going to look at this space right here. So this is where C and B have something in common. So let's scroll up here. Between C and B, yes, they definitely have some stuff in common. They have the 1 and the 2. So we're going to scratch off the 1 and the 2 in these, and we're going to put 1 and 2 right in this space right here. The 1 and the 2. And then I'm going to come over here. This is what A and C have in common. So A, keep scrolling down on me, A and C both have a 3 in common. Oops, I forgot to mark off the 1 and 2 up there. And we can mark off the 3 because we know that the A and C have 3 in common now. And then now we're going to continue to work our way out. So now we want to know, well, what's left in A? Over here, what's left in B? And then over here, what's left in C? So let's go take a look. What's left in A up here? Where there's 6 and 7. So we're going to cross off 6 and 7. We're going to put that down in here. 6, 7. Over here is what's left in B. So if we scroll up, notice everything's crossed off. So we don't put anything down. There's nothing left in B. What's left in C is a 5. So we'll come down here. We'll put a 5 in the C circle. And then anybody we didn't cross off is now outside in the universe. So up here in the universe, we have 8 and 9. So there's our Venn diagram. Again, we started in the middle, and then I worked my way out, kind of spiraling around. Okay? Whenever you make a Venn diagram, you start in the middle. All right, so let's answer some questions. So up here, it wants to know A union, parenthesis, B intersects C, parenthesis. So if I bring back my little page right here, So the first thing is we deal with parentheses. So right here we have these parentheses, and inside the parentheses there's no complement, so we don't worry about that, but we do have union and intersection. So what we first want to know is what is the intersection between B and C. So intersection between B and C is where the B circle and the C circle overlap. So what do these two have in common? Most of you will say it's 1 and 2, Mr. Armstrong, but I will also tell you it includes 4 as well. Yes, 4 is inside the circle for A, but 4 is also inside the circle for B and for C. And this says, give me anybody that's in common between B and C. So that includes the 4, the 1, and the 2. So there's the intersection between B intersects C. And then now that we've done the inside of our parenthesis, now we're done there, so we just start over again. Do I have any complements out here? So there's no complement out here. That's good. So now we'll deal with the union and intersection. Right here it says, give me the union. Okay, so before I do that, I'm going to write down what A is. So if you remember, up above, the set A was 3, 4, 6, and 7. So we want the union between these two sets. Remember, union says, give me everybody in here. So in the end, our answer will be, hey, that should be purple. Everybody that's in these two sets. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 7. Okay? And there it is. That's how we do it. Go ahead and try this next one on your own. And go. All right. So, do we have parentheses? Absolutely. So we're going to work inside these parentheses. I'm going to work left to right this time. So here's my first parenthesis. So inside this parenthesis, do I have any complements? No. There's no complement in here, so we move on. We have union and intersection. We have a union. So we're going to figure out A union B first. So A union B says, give me everybody in A and give me everybody in B. Okay, so any number within the green circle and the red circle are fair game. So what we have is 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 7. These are all the numbers that are in the circle A and B. Okay, yes, 1, 2, 3, and 4 are shared in C, but 1, 2, 3, and 4 are also in the circle A, so they count. Okay? Don't worry about C. This says worry about circles A and B. So circle A, circle B, give me everybody. And that includes the 1, the 2, the 3, the 4, the 6, and the 7. All right, so that takes care of that parenthesis. Now let's work on the second parenthesis. So we got A union C. A union C. So let's take a look at what is in the circle A and C. Okay, A and C. So again, union says give me everybody. So that would be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. Because that's everybody in the blue circle, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and in the red circle, 3, 4, 6, 7. See, they're all down there. Clean it up a little bit. I know this looked kind of messed up a little bit, so let's put a comma and 4. There we go. So now that we've taken care of the parentheses, we start all over again. So we're back at complement. Are there any complements up here? No, not outside the parenthesis. And then now we deal with the intersection and union. So last but not least, it wants us to take care of this intersection there. So we want to know intersection is what's in common. What is in common between these two sets down here? What do these two sets, A union B and A union C, have in common? Well, if you look between them, they both have a 1, a 2, a 3, a 4, 6, and 7. That's what they both have in common. See? 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 7. That's the intersection between them. And that's the answer to that problem. See, nothing crazy. Even though these things look longer and you got more sets, it's all still the same information. You take it a piece at a time. Use these order of operations to help you out. All right, so I got one more problem, and that will wrap up section 2.4. So here it is. Go ahead, make the Venn diagram, and answer the question. And go. Okay. So I'm going to pop this out of the dual screen so that way we can make our Venn diagram down here. All right. So we have a circle A, we have a circle B, and then we have our circle C. So A, B, C. Out here is our union. All right, so again, we start right in the middle, right here. I need to know what is in common in A, B, and C. So if we look up here between A, B, and C, well, it looks like they all share a 1, they all share a 2, they all share a 3. So we're going to put those three numbers right smack in the middle. 1, 2, 3. Cross them off because they are no longer available. We have placed them. All right, so now let's continue working on out. So right here, it says what's in common between A and B? Well, what do A and B share? Nothing. So we leave it blank. Right here says what's in common between B and C? Well, what do these two share? Nothing. So we leave it blank. Over here is between A and C. What do A and C share? Well, they got a 4 and a 4. So we're going to put that 4 right in there, and we're going to cross it off because we used it. Okay? So we've taken care of these pieces. Now let's take care of out here. Is there anybody left in A? Nope, it's all crossed off. So we don't put anything out here in A. Is there anybody left in B? Nope, it's all crossed off. Nothing out here. Anybody left in C? Yep, there's a 5. So we put the 5 down here. Cross off the 5. And then last but not least, we're out in the universe. What is out in the universe? And that is the number 6. So we'll put 6 right out here in the universe. There's the Venn diagram. Let's go back to dual page. And now, hopefully you answered this question. If not, you can pause it and go. All right, so the first thing says we're going to deal with inside our parentheses. So that's all this. And then inside our parentheses, do we have a complement? Absolutely. So we got to deal with this guy first. I need to know what is C complement. So I want all the numbers that are not in the circle C. What are all the numbers not in this circle? And that's 6. So C complement is just the number 6 because 6 is not in my blue circle. Now, do we have union or intersection in here? We have a union. So now we're going to figure out what is B union C complement. So remember B up here, you can see it up there, but I'm just going to rewrite it. The set B was 1, 2, and 3. Union says, give me everybody in both of these. So our union between B and C complement will be 1, 2, 3, 6. Because everybody in B and everybody in C complement get invited. So 1, 2, 3, 6. And now we have finished the parenthesis. And now we work outside the parenthesis. So again, we start back over again. What do we got next? We've got a complement. Do we have a complement? Absolutely. So we got to take care of this guy now. So a complement means I want everybody not in the red circle. Everybody not in the red circle. So that would be 5 and 6. Because 5 is outside that red circle, and so is the 6. And then now we're ready for the final piece. Union intersection. We have an intersection here. So we want to know what is in common between these two. The only thing they share is 6. And there's the answer. And that is what 2.4 is like. Have fun. You got this.